going to attempt to do a Wicked inspired look. One green eye, one pink eye. I saw a video of someone doing it on TikTok and I was like, I have to do it. It literally looks so good. I unfortunately did not get to pick up the Wicked palette that REM Beauty has because they're literally all sold out at Target. And I went to the closest Ulta Beauty to me and they don't have anything like Wicked from REM Beauty. So I had to pick up some stuff from ColourPop to try and create this look. The only problem I'm gonna run into is I only have one fluffy brush. I'm gonna have to like really clean it off after I finish one eye. I think we should start off with the pink because I think the green is gonna stain this brush too much. If you are talented enough and you can do this without tape, you're a queen, you're a goddess. I unfortunately cannot. All right, we're gonna start off, I feel like we should start with like a lighter pink shade and kind of work our way up. So I'm gonna start with Koi in this palette. Guys, if you have not seen the Wicked movie, you should go and see it. It's so good. I had the honor of actually seeing Wicked on Broadway. I saw it this year. Me and my brother went to New York for my birthday, and I was a theater kid in middle school. Like, I love theater. I starred in one play. It was MASH, and I had a very small role. My character got to snort, and it made the whole audience laugh. And when I tell you that, just that feeling of being able to make the audience laugh, it feels so good. But being able to see Wicked on Broadway kind of like revitalized that love that I have for theater. Like, anything live is so good. Like, I love concerts live, that feeling you get when you're just like hearing it live, like you're getting to experience it. It just, that's how I felt watching Wicked on Broadway. It just made me remember why I love theater so much. Now, before I saw Wicked on Broadway, I literally had no idea what it was about. I knew it was like some type of like correlation to The Wizard of Oz, which I had seen as a child, and I'm not gonna lie to you, The Wizard of Oz actually scared the crap out of me as a kid. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just because it was like they don't have the effects that we have nowadays, where, you know, I just felt like things were scary. Like, the Tin Man was scary to me, the Scarecrow was scary, like the wizard, the little like machine he uses to be the wizard, scared me. The Wicked Witch scared me. I don't know. That whole thing just made me feel uneasy. So I honestly had no idea what Wicked was about. I knew, like I said, it was some extension of The Wizard of Oz, but I didn't know anything further than that. So going in to watch Wicked, I knew people like absolutely loved Wicked. Next, we're gonna go in with You Promised, just to kind of darken up the pink. And again, I'm just gonna put it all over the eyelid. Ooh, that is really pigmented. So going in to watch Wicked on Broadway, I had no expectations. I was just like, well, everyone says it's good, so here's hoping. And it truly, like I said, it revitalized my love for theater, but it's such a good story. And the reason I love the story is there's no character that's just black or white. Everything is shades of gray. Nobody's like fully evil or fully good, except for the wizard. I'm so sorry. I truly believe that that man is evil, as I'm sure most people do. Oh, and Madame Morrible. I'm so sorry. Both of them are in cahoots together. They both deserve to be on the naughty list this year. So going in to watch the Wicked movie, I was like, oh, well, you know, like I already know what to expect, but I feel like, and maybe this is a hot take, I feel like the way that Glinda is portrayed in the Broadway version of it, and I didn't get to see Kristen Chenoweth, like her performance of Glinda, but I have heard the soundtrack that obviously you can listen to on Apple Music or whatever, and I just feel like the way that Glinda is portrayed on Broadway, like she's very dumb, very ditzy, right? But I feel like the way that Ariana Grande portrayed her, not to say that she didn't have her like little ditzy moments, but I felt like she was more like, self-aware, I guess. She's very still selfish, you know, very self-absorbed, but I feel like she was just more intelligent the way that Ariana Grande portrayed her. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, I'm just letting these things happen because I love the popularity. I saw someone talking about this on TikTok, about the part where, if you haven't seen the Wicked movie, by the way, I suggest that you just scroll, because this is a little bit of spoilers for it. But I am gonna go in with this kind of very dark, oh shit, sorry, this dark pink shade right here. I'm just gonna do it on like the outer corner. Actually, I think I'm gonna get a smaller fluffy brush, a more precise one, just to kind of give dimension, I guess. Guys, listen, I used to be a makeup guru, and then I stopped doing makeup, so sometimes I know what I'm talking about and sometimes I don't. But there was a lot of people talking about, why did Glinda not, just throwing shit now, why did Glinda not get on the broom with Elphaba? Like, everyone thought that she was going to, because, you know, like, they're best friends and whatnot, and she kind of makes it seem like she's going to. But there's a creator on TikTok that talked about this, that was like, she knows. I mean, if you listen to the beginning of the song of Defying Gravity, she's so mad at Elphaba. She's like, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to ruin our chance? You know, this is something you've always dreamed of. You know, we can use the wizard to still get everything you wanted. Like, that's her take on it. Like, she's thinking about the situation more logically than Elphaba is. Elphaba is very much acting on emotion. She's like, I can't stand by this. This is, you know, wrong. I can't pretend to be with the wizard. It's just, it's not in me. And, you know, Glinda keeps trying to convince her, like, this is the way to go, like, this is the logical thing to do, this is how we're gonna get it. Now, of course, a part of why Glinda's doing this is she is selfish. She doesn't want, you know, her popularity to go away. She wants to side with, you know, the way that things have been going, because yes, they are beneficial to her. They don't affect her in any way. But there is this other part of her that knows that, one, she has no power. If she goes with Elphaba, like, she's just gonna be standing there like a sim. Like, she's not gonna be able to help at all, which is part of the reason why she doesn't go, because she knows that, hey, I can stay with the wizard and trick this man, and then we can get everything we want. If you hear in Defying Gravity, they talk about working in tandem. This is after, you know, Glinda gives her, like, the little cloak, and, you know, everyone's like, whoa, what is she doing? She doesn't want to go. She knows that the best way for them to be able to work together is if she stays with the wizard and Elphaba goes. And they also, you know, sing in the song, you know, I hope you're happy, I hope this is everything you wanted, I hope you don't live to regret it. So as much as Glinda would love to go with Elphaba, she knows that she's not going to be very useful if she does. And so this is when it comes into that very, like, a character is not so black and white. They're different shades of gray, and that's what I love what Ariana did with the performance, especially in the very beginning. I'm gonna go in with Swoon, which is this lighter pink shade, and I'm just gonna kind of put it right here. Shining, shimmering, splendid. But especially in No One Mourns the Wizard, right? When you think about No One Mourns the Wizard, that's after everything in part 1 happens, right? This is the Wicked Witch is now dead, everyone's celebrating, and just seeing, not even seeing, even if you just listen to the soundtrack of Wicked, just hearing the emotion in Ariana's voice of, like, it's obviously to the public, she's trying to perceive, like, yes, you know, the Wicked died, we're all happy the Wicked Witch is dead, but obviously, you know, if you've seen part 1, we know that Elphaba and Glinda became really good friends, and so you see that emotion of Glinda just being so sad and distraught, like her best friend is dead, and everyone's celebrating this, and she has to kind of go along with it, even though she doesn't really want to, but she has to make it seem like, yeah, this is what we wanted all along, because she can't go against, you know, the wizard now. I mean, at this point, you know, there's nobody left on her side. The only two people that cared about what was happening in Oz was, you know, Elphaba and her. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in and kind of try and blend this together a little bit more. But I just love the emotion you can hear. I even saw some people talking about this that haven't seen like Wicked on Broadway or anything, and they're like, whoa, the Glinda at the beginning of the movie is very different from the Glinda the rest of the movie. And that is how you know that that is good acting right there. I know a lot of people were very skeptical about Ariana, you know, being cast as Glinda, like, oh, she was just given this role, oh, she paid to be in this role, whatever. Listen, I don't care if she paid to be there. I don't care, you know, whatever happened, because she absolutely ate that role up. You know, she could have went in there and obviously gotten the role because of her popularity and fame and whatnot, and just did the bare minimum, right? But she didn't. Like, if you heard all of the things that she kind of went through to go in to get that role, like, she was in acting classes, like, every day. She was in, you know, vocal lessons every day. Even though we know she's already a great vocalist, she still went in to do those things because she knew that in order to be Glinda, she kind of had to let go. It's not the same as pop star Ariana. It's very different. We're now gonna go in with the Elphaba side. And I think we're gonna start out, again, we're gonna start out with light green. So cold press right here and just kind of work our way up. I cleaned off this brush as good as I can because I only have this one. I should invest in other brushes, but we're just gonna do this all over the eyelid like we did for the pink. Now, Cynthia absolutely killed her role. I think everyone kind of already expected that she would. Again, another really great vocalist. I love Elphaba. The song that like really resonated with me, that I feel like I related to the most, was I'm Not That Girl, because I'm not that girl. Listen, I am 24 years old, be 25 next year, and I have never been in a relationship. You know what I mean? I was never the person chosen. I was never asked out on dates, whatever. I never even went to prom because I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't really have friends, and I was like, oh, I feel like if I go to prom, I'm just gonna look so stupid dancing by myself. But hearing that song, I was just like, oh my god, yes. I have never been that girl, and I just love the way that Cynthia conveys the emotions. Like, I have to give it to both Cynthia and Ariana. Like, even just listening to the soundtrack, you can just hear it in their voice, the emotion of the character. Okay, now that we've got that light green on there, we are now gonna go in with this darker shade. What does it say? Local BB? I don't even know what that means, but sure. I'm Not That Girl is so good though. I didn't cry watching the movie. Like, I definitely teared up, but I didn't cry. But that's one of the songs that really gets my emotions going. Even watching it on Broadway, I was like, girl, is this play about me? I just feel like I resonate a little bit more with Elphaba, just because I've always felt like an outcast. I've always felt like I don't belong. I never really had friends, to be honest. And I feel like if you go into high school without like a friend group or like a little clique, you are just kind of alone for all of high school. I never really felt like I belonged anywhere. Even in elementary school, I didn't have friends, but I was a professional yapper. I yapped even if no one was listening. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm just happy to be here, you know? Also, why do I feel like this green is getting muddy looking? Then we're gonna go in with this very dark green shade, Veg Out. I don't know who's coming up with these names in these palettes, but I think they could use some work. I'm just gonna focus this on the outer corner here, just like we did with the pink, to add that dimension. I remember in high school, I would hurry and eat lunch so I could go to the library to read. That was like peak reading time for me. And now I don't really read. I have a bunch of books and I I don't read any of them, but then I convinced myself to buy a book because I'm like, oh my god, it looks so good. Even though I know deep down I'm not gonna read it because I haven't read the other books that I have at home. But I still buy it anyways. I really love with Wicked that you do get the best of like both worlds. Like obviously there's people that relate to Glinda, there's people that relate to Elphaba, and I like that you can have both of them and have it like come together. As someone that's already seen Wicked on Broadway, I am a little nervous. Like I'm excited, but I'm nervous for part 2 because obviously I know what happens. And for those of you that haven't seen not part 2, but don't know what happens in part 2, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you cried in the first one, I guarantee you're gonna cry in the second one, okay? Okay, I feel like we're good on the green. Now we're just gonna go in with green. No, we're gonna drop the palette. We're gonna go in with Green Goddess. Or ooh, should I go in with that one? No, we're gonna do Green Goddess. I like that it's more greeny. I feel like this one's more greeny on camera, but in real life I'm looking at it and it looks kind of gray. So we're just gonna go in with Green Goddess. And look at that, what a slay. Although this does give me like Tinkerbell vibes, this green. Maybe I should just mix both of them. La, la, la. You guys, I literally can't wait for it to come out on DVD because I swear to you, I'm gonna watch it every day. I've listened to that soundtrack so many times. It's just so good. I also heard that the actual like book is extremely dark and people were shocked that it was able to be made into a musical. I never read the book, so I don't know, but hey, I mean, they did a fantastic job. And I think I did a fantastic job. Wow, what a slay. I feel like I need to like, especially on the green side, diffuse it a little bit. I also realized I feel like I've been really close to the camera, which might indicate that I'm going blind. I'm not really sure. Either that or it's because there's a light in my eyes right now. And look, I didn't even fucking put the tape in the right place. So one side is gonna look higher up than the other. Well, why did I do that? Let me try and fix this. Okay, I think I somewhat fixed it. I'll have to go in with concealer just to make it match the other side. That line is also so harsh on this side. Chill, dog. Now that we're done with the eyes, I would do eyeliner, but I'm not very good at it, so, and I'm not trying to ruin this look. So we're just gonna go in with foundation. I'm just gonna do my regular base, how I would normally do it. Guys, I recently bought this Maybelline, like, Super Stay Skin Tint. I had the e.l.f. one, because everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good. The only problem is their lightest shade is too dark for me. And I'm like, what is this? And I would see pictures of myself and you could just see the color of my face is different from my neck. But ever since I bought this, I don't know, not only is the color obviously a better match, but it just makes my skin look so good, which is a plus because as an acne prone girly, my skin always looks atrocious. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this, that's backwards, Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. I was about to say Anastasia for a second. Don't know why I thought it was that brand. I feel like they look similar though, so maybe that's why I got confused. Also, just a little disclaimer, there's no ending credit scene. I know we're all used to it because of Marvel, that oh my god, there's gonna be a little scene at the end, like a little no, there's nothing. I literally sat in the theater because I was like waiting. I was like, maybe we'll get like a glimpse of part 2 because they've already filmed part 2. And so here's the thing I don't understand. It's already filmed and I know they're probably still in post-production for it right now. Totally makes sense. Why is it going to take you another year to put out part 2? Like, why can't you put it out in the summer or something? or even the spring. I know you'll be finished with it by then. Don't even play with us like that. And I don't know if it's like, oh, to build up the anticipation. The anticipation's already here. There's so many people that have seen Wicked multiple times, and listen, if movie tickets weren't at the prices they were at, I would definitely go and see it again and again and again. Like I said, as soon as it comes out on DVD, I'm literally buying it so I can watch it every day. But can we please, like, we need to make a petition for it to come out sooner, because what do you mean we're waiting a whole year? And I think I saw something that was like, oh, they moved up the Wicked date, and I was like, oh, they moved it up a few days. And I was like, no, that's not what we wanted. We didn't want it in a few days sooner than what it was. We want it, like, now, preferably. Honestly, if they would have done part 1 and part 2 together, just one whole movie, and it was like 4 or 6 hours long, I would have sat through the whole thing. I really would have. It's that good. When I went to go and see it in theaters, it came out on a Thursday, I think. And I was like, I know all the theaters are gonna be packed. One, I get overstimulated around so many people, so I didn't want a bunch of people in the theater. 2, I was hearing that people were going to be singing in the theater, and that is one thing that just bothers me so much. I was like, I don't want to hear y'all sing. I'm here to hear them sing, okay? So I was like, I don't want no sing-alongs here. So I tried to find the perfect time. I was looking at all the times, and I saw that there was a 7:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. And I was like, I bet you anything no one's gonna be there. And sure enough, when I went to go and look, you know, because you can assign like your seat or whatever, there was nobody that bought tickets for it. So I was like, yep, that's when I'm going. I'm gonna force myself to get up early just so I can watch this all by myself. And there was only one other person in the theater with me, and they did not sing along, thank God. So if you're ever going to watch a movie that you know a lot of people are going to watch, see if they have like a really early Sunday screening of it, because I guarantee you no one's getting up that early to go and watch it. Like I said, there was only one other person in the theater with me. We got to just sit back and enjoy. I have not been telling you the products I've been using. Okay, after the contour, it's the Rare Beauty blush. This is in the shade Joy. And then I went in with the Rare Beauty setting powder and just went in with the REM Beauty bronzer in the shade Out of Office. And now we're gonna go in with the blush. This is from REM Beauty. This is Strawberry Nebula. This blush, by the way, absolutely stunning. And it literally stays on all day. This is not me like promoting REM Beauty, although they have been great, and I do have a few products from them. Okay, now that we have finished the face, I'm gonna curl my lashes. I actually used to be so scared of eyelash curlers, and I swore that I was never gonna use them, but then I decided that my lashes just, I feel like my lashes, I feel like my lashes are pretty long, but they're kind of just straight. See, you don't really see the lash. I've actually been considering doing like an eyelash lift because y'all's lashes look so good. I have gotten like lash extensions done once, and I absolutely hated it. Literally within a few days I took them off, even though it cost me so much money to get them on. But I didn't like the feeling of them on my eyelid, and I cannot put fake lashes on to save my life. I don't know why. I probably just need to practice it more and I'll be good at it, but I just don't do that heavy of makeup for work. So that's why I don't really get the practice of doing it. Same thing with eyeliner. Like I don't do a heavy eyeliner. Sometimes no eyeliner at all. I just do like a little bit of a darker shadow and then mascara. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. lash extender. There's someone on TikTok that I absolutely love. I'm gonna tag her. That way you can look at her page, because she does amazing makeup looks all the time. But she put me on to this mascara. Her lashes always look so stunning, and I was like, I need that mascara. And I got it, and sure enough, now my lashes look amazing. I mean, look at that. Stunning! Stunning. Ta! And lastly, we're gonna go in with the lips. I'm just gonna use what I have. So I have this Kosas hot liner. I literally have no idea what shade it's in though. I couldn't tell you, but whatever shade that is. It's like a new, that's what I'm getting. Guys, does anybody else's Rare Beauty blush do this? It just like clumps up and then it starts coming out of the bottle. Ugh, and then it gets all over my hands. I'm gonna overline my lips because they're non-existent, so especially the top lip. And then we're gonna go in with the REM Beauty lip oil in the shade Raspberry Drip. Drip, drip. And that is the final look. I mean, did I slay or what? Truly a slay. Maybe I should just do this look for work. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine I just walk into work? I'm like, hello. Mind you, I did used to do this for work, but that was when I worked in like fast food. So I don't really know what the difference is because I actually don't even see people except for my coworkers at work. And I think that's the problem, is I don't want them to comment. Although what would they say? Like, Queen, you look stunning? I know. But I hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And go and see the Wicked movie. Yeah. Okay, bye.